There are moments when reading or listening to motivational content fills us with energy and clarity. It creates a positive state of mind, one that gently pushes us to take action, even if it's just a small step. That step feels far better than sitting still, trapped in the fear of failure. However, the challenge arises when negativity enters the picture. One negative thought, one discouraging opinion, and suddenly confusion replaces clarity. Questions begin to surface. Was I wrong? Why didn't it work? Am I on the right path? It becomes evident that positivity moves us forward, while negativity pulls us backward. There was a phase when I immersed myself in books and content focused on positive thinking. Over time, I noticed a shift. My mindset became lighter. I felt energetic, genuinely happy, and motivated to engage in things that brought me joy. Then, unexpectedly, I came across content that contradicted everything I believed. It carried a negative undertone, claiming that these ideas don't work. In that moment, all the positivity I had built with so much effort began to fade. Doubt took over. Motivation disappeared. The question, "What is the use?" replaced enthusiasm. That single negative thought triggered a downward spiral. What I realized is this: when the mind enters confusion, progress stops. Confusion pulls us back to where we started, undoing the inner work we've done. Our mind will always test us. Negative thoughts will appear. Contradicting voices will surface. But the real transformation happens when we choose what we stay aligned with. I remember listening to a video that filled me with positivity. Suddenly, I noticed a comment saying, "These affirmations don't work. The universe won't give you anything." If that were true, everyone would be rich. That single statement shifted my emotional state. Hope turned into doubt. I started questioning myself again. Yet, at that very moment of confusion, I came across another message, one that said, "A confused mind cannot create results." That line struck deeply. It felt like a reminder, almost as if life itself was guiding me back. I chose to see it as a sign to stay committed to the path I had consciously chosen. The lesson is simple but powerful. Protect your mindset. Choose positivity deliberately. Stay consistent. Because one negative thought is often enough to slow you down, but one conscious decision is enough to move you forward again. In the journey towards success and happiness, every one of us encounters negativity at some point. That is inevitable. What truly matters is not its presence, but our response to it. At that moment, we must consciously decide which direction we want to take. Our thoughts play a decisive role in shaping our lives. Consider a simple example. Suppose you want to create a painting. One mindset says, "I want to paint this. It will look beautiful. If I keep practicing, my skills will improve." This thought encourages action, learning, and growth. But another mindset immediately says, "This will be difficult. What if it doesn't turn out the way I expect?" At that very beginning, the journey is interrupted. If you are not even willing to try, how will you ever know the result? This is often how judgmental thinking operates. When people do not understand something or have not experienced it themselves, they assume it will not work. Such assumptions can become powerful pullbacks if we allow them to influence us. That is why forward movement requires inner strength. We must learn to move ahead despite doubts, opinions, and uncertainties. A person who chooses to move forward with a positive mindset opens themselves to greater possibilities. Life, or the universe, however one chooses to define it, responds more generously to those who act with belief, clarity, and consistency. There are no rigid rules or magical formulas such as write something exactly 100 times to get money, or only wishes made on a full moon will work. Growth does not depend on such restrictions. A positive and focused mind is powerful on its own. Tools like vision boards, journaling, or affirmations are not guarantees, they are supports. They help keep the mind aligned, reinforce focus, and remind us of our goals. Their true value lies in consistency and belief, not rituals. Ultimately, progress begins with a simple decision: to trust yourself enough to take the first step, without fear, without judgment, and without waiting for perfect conditions. That choice, made repeatedly, is what creates lasting change.